Hi, in this video, I am going to be going over the writer's checklist. So I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. A lot of these things are things that we already do. I just want to make sure that we are more intentional about it. So I just wanted to make this video just to make some of those things clear. So submission guidelines, we want to make sure that our file name is named properly. And this is not a big issue. I found that most of the file names are named properly, but this is just here just in case you have any questions about how that file name should be. Every submitted article should have an article badge, and this article badge would have the keywords, the SEO title, the H1 title, and the description. And for information on how to do that properly, just click on this link. I've created a page of how to write all of those. And I'll also have a video included on this page as well so that you have an overview of that, just like you have an overview of the writer checklist. This just reiterates that the due date for the articles are on Tuesday. I was pretty kind of lenient about like kind of when that was, but we want to make sure that it's 11:59 p.m. CST. So if you need help with that time conversion, I've included a link here, information on late submissions, before submitting your article structure and content. We want to avoid filler content. I've seen a bit of filler content in articles where the sentence is just there to kind of boost up word count, or there's no real reason for that sentence to be there. It doesn't really add value to the reader. Doesn't mean that every sentence has to have statistics or just this mind-blowing information, but the sentences should be used to connect to other sentences and to create a good article. So we'll be looking for that too. Editors will be looking closely at that as well to determine the quality of that content. Make sure that you're breaking your content up into 1 to 3 sentence paragraphs. I know if you're really big on kind of article structure and the way things are supposed to be in paragraphs and everything, this kind of hurts, but we do that because with web content, it's easier if you break it up into 1 to 3 paragraphs, 1 to 3 sentences per paragraph, because then it's easily readable and it's easily skimmable, which is what people are doing online anyway. Your article has to have a conclusion tying everything together, so you just can't write an article and then just leave it open. You want to tie everything together and for that reader. Use tables where appropriate. So if you're naming the price for several products, you want to put this information in a table rather than starting just stating it in a paragraph. So make sure that you have tables where it makes sense to use bullet points where appropriate. If it's easier to put bullet points in for a list of items, do that instead of listing it out in a paragraph. This breaks up the article nicely as well. Another thing is do not include dates or years inside the content, because when that date or year is over, it's very difficult to determine which content has that date in it or that year in it. And it just takes forever to update that content. So editors are going to be looking at that too, that your content doesn't have any dates or years in it. Dates are fine to use, or years more so, in your SEO title, H1 title, and description, because those are things that we can easily see and change. Article subheadings. So this is really important. You want to make sure you have proper subheadings. So that means that you are using those subheadings to break up and organize your article even more. So if someone's perusing through that article, they can look at your subheadings and know what the next paragraph, or not even next paragraph, but next section rather, would be about. You don't need to have a subheading for each paragraph, for each section. Avoid long sentences as subheadings. A subheading is not a sentence, it's just a phrase or a short, actually, it could be a short sentence, but there's no period there for the subheadings. Use H2 and H3 tags for subheadings and subheadings. So I'll show you how to do that right here. So if you're trying to do a subheading, and I'll do this one for example, and you want to make it an H2 tag, you can go up here and then you can click on H2. I'm going to turn this back to an H3 tag because I have my H2, which is before submitting your article, which is the top subheading, and then I have these sub-subheadings, which I do as H3. So you can kind of look at this document too as clues on how to do those subheadings and sub-subheadings. Also, read this article here. This is going to let you know exactly how to do subheadings and exactly what we're looking for. And also a best practice is to capitalize the first letter of each word in your subheading, even the stop words. So we just want to capitalize that first letter. Okay, so for keywords, try to include your main keyword in the first couple of paragraphs. An update, no longer need to bold the keywords. Just make sure that you're putting them in your article, as our article checker will be checking them. So the other thing is linking. That's really important is you want to have 2 to 5 external links, and you want to have those links within your content. So you don't want to put them at the end of the article. You want to have them where it makes sense in the content, and have kind of some clues on how to do that, suggestions and kind of guidelines on how to do that here. And then I have internal links, and then how to do that as well here. So that is that. Review articles. If you're writing a review article, you always want to include the product links at the end of your article. You want to only review articles, review products from the affiliate program that is being used on the page. So that will be either Amazon.com or Chewy if you are doing a pet site. Products should be available and in stock at the time of the article writing, and use a table when writing about best products. Table should include 3 features of type of product and how each product rates on those features. So here's an example here of how to put that table together. Yeah, and that's basically it. It's just things that we have been doing anyway that are in the article guidelines, but just wanted to point those out as we'll be checking those a little bit more intentionally moving forward. So if you have any questions, just let me know. This is Robin. Just let me know if you have any questions. And thank you.